Lights go up, the crowd's in a buzz. Hawk talk, start from mighty thud. Voices sharp like a razor blade. Breaking news like a wild cascade. Tune in now, it's time to soar. Hawk talk brings us what you're here for. Bold predictions, call it how we see. We're the voice that sets you free. Host on fire, you can't deny. Hot take sharp with no alibi. Game analysis deep as night. Get ready for an epic ride. Tune in now, it's time to soar. Hawk talk brings us what you're here for. Bold predictions, call it how we see. We're the voice that sets you free. We call the plays before they happen. Feel the rush as the crowd is clapping. Stand tall with your team above. Hawk talk anthem, feel the love. Tune in now, it's time to soar. Hawk talk brings us what you're here for. Bold predictions, call it how we see. We're the voice that sets you free. Tune in now, it's time to soar. Hawk talk brings us what you're here for. Bold predictions, call it how we see. We're the voice that sets you free. We're the free. Set you free. We're the voice that sets you free.
It's rainy. It's dreary. We're going to open that up. That's not sunshine. That's just the dead, dull light of being outside. And I got a pupper right here. He wants my breakfast waffle. He's begging and pleading for my breakfast waffle. We feed you enough around here. We do. We do. All right, fine. Here. All right. Pupper's happy. I'm not necessarily thrilled. The weather outside ain't great, but today NFL free agency officially goes live, and obviously we've got things to talk about, and I have got a whole different view on this than you're going to hear everywhere else. I really do. So, first of all, we're not starting with the NFL. No, we're not starting with the NFL. We are starting with the NBA. And no, we're not starting with the historic night that was last night for a player in Miami. We're starting with the dumpster fire, the outright embarrassment that is the Indiana Pacers. Last night at halftime, this is just, this is just so bad. At halftime, the Pacers are leading 59-42. 59-42. At the end of the third, they are still up by 10. And they got outscored 42-27 in the fourth quarter because they benched people. Utterly embarrassing. The Kings have a back-to-back. They didn't even play their starters. There's only 2 people that played over 30 minutes. Sorry, 3. A bench player. Plowden played over 30 minutes. Reynaud played 34. Clifford played freaking 38. But Achua played 20. Westbrook played 25. DeRozan played 24. They didn't even play their starters to beat you. In the fourth quarter, you got beat by the bench. I am tired. I am so tired of the purposely losing. It's embarrassing. If somebody were to say, we need to boycott the Pacers, stop buying the tickets, I would fully agree. I would fully support it because that is downright disrespectful. Downright disrespectful. It's that simple. I mean, I can't. I can't. Purposely losing. I don't understand it. I know we're tanking, but don't your fans deserve better? The same people, and I have said this, the same people that supported you, the same people that showed up to every game last year, loud, making it hard on everybody last year, at our home building to be able to beat us because it was so loud. Those same people you are slapping and spitting in the face of this year. And I don't want to hear about you got to tank a certain way. No, you don't. You have a responsibility to play basketball. You are being paid to play basketball. Fans are paying their hard-earned money to watch you play basketball, not walk through basketball and try to lose. Just not even. Not even. But let's get off of that. Because there was something else that happened last night that was absolutely amazing. And as somebody who does not appreciate whatsoever the self-proclaimed fake King James individual that's actually garbage, Bam Adebayo, we just went over this the other day. Bam Adebayo last night, 83 points. 83 points. What's so great about this box score? 83 points, 9 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He was 7 of 22 from three-point range. He was 20 of 43 from the field, okay? 20 of 43 from the field. He was 7 of 22 from three-point range. Most of those misses were 3. But he was 36. 36 of 43 from the free throw line. The guy was a monster and only had 3 personal fouls. So, no Andrew Wiggins, no Norman Powell, and Bam Adebayo just controlled everything. Everything. So, I love this. Wilt Chamberlain, Bam Adebayo, then Kobe Bryant. It is something special to score that many points in a game. It was fun to watch. And I want to give Erik Spoelstra a ton of credit. He didn't pull him out. He let him play. He let him go for it. And honestly, in this day and age, with the way coaches are now, that's not normal. So I really want to give Spoelstra a ton of credit for that. He let Bam play. He let Bam play 42 of the 48 minutes last night. That's how you get to score points. That's how you get a points record. Is the coach actually letting you play basketball? And in fantasy last night, Big J, dude, this is one of the best parts of this. Big J is playing Penguin in our fantasy basketball league. Penguin traded Bam Adebayo to Big J in one of the big 4-team trades that I did in fantasy basketball. Because Penguin wanted somebody else. Well, Penguin got Jalen Johnson from the Atlanta Hawks out of that deal. Okay? So Penguin got Jalen Johnson. Big J got Bam Adebayo. They're playing each other in the fantasy basketball semis right now. The semifinal games right now, they are matched up against each other. Bam Adebayo scored 105 points last night, fantasy-wise. 105 fantasy points. Big J is really happy. And on top of this, because of how this went down, Big J, I've upped the ante, okay? I helped him do 2 trades this season. I facilitate a lot of different things. I help guys out. I facilitated the 4-team trade, which got everybody what they wanted, and Big J owes me a Dr. Pepper for getting him Bam Adebayo. He owes me a Dr. Pepper for that one. And then he owes me a Dr. Pepper for getting him Zubac. Unfortunately, that's going to be next year's thing because the Pacers have decided, we just don't want to play him because we'd win games if we have a guy that can get 20 rebounds a game. But neither here nor there. So I get all this. I facilitate all this stuff. And Big J calls me last night and I go, all right, now you owe me 2 Dr. Peppers. If my move gets you into the freaking championship game, I'm up in the ante. He's like, you're just going to keep up with this. I said, damn right. Eventually, it's going to be a Klondike bar and 2 Dr. Peppers. We'll get there. We'll get there. But what a night for Bam Adebayo. What a night. 83 points. Huge congratulations to him. Huge, huge accomplishment for him. He owns that. He owns that record. It is his. The only person he is behind is Wilt Chamberlain, and nobody can take that away from him. So, huge congratulations to him. Okay, NBA is done. Now let's get to what you guys want to talk about, which is football. So the Max Crosby situation. I hate this. And I hate that I'm going to say this. I told Big J last night. So the news came out about an hour before we started driving. Before I started working last night. I hate how this is playing out. And I said last night, The Ravens had buyer's remorse. They saw their cap space dwindle down really fast. And they saw they had no opportunity with bringing in Crosby. They had no chance of being able to solidify the other holes on their team. And they made up an excuse. Yes, they made up an excuse to not let that trade work. And I said it last night. Big J texted me this morning after he got back in, right after Hendrickson was signed, because I said, I guarantee you, they are already talking to Hendrickson because he's going to be $15 million to $20 million a year cheaper. And that's the route they're going to go. And they made this up to be able to get out and get away from the trade. I do not like this. I do not like how this is. There is no uniformity. I looked all this up last night. There is no uniformity in how the physicals are done. This is not like my DOT physical. There is no uniformity to a physical whatsoever across the league. Remember the Drew Brees situation with Miami. Remember, the doctor got scared of it. The doctor was afraid, well, he may end up having bad shoulder problems and not be able to throw the ball. He may. The doctor got scared, screwed Nick Saban out of having a quarterback where Nick Saban would have probably been in the NFL for a while and wouldn't have gone to Alabama. The doctor got scared. I've known about Max Crosby's surgery forever. We knew he was going to do surgery. He's got the podcast. He's very open. He's very honest. He doesn't play around with anything. So what in the world scared the Ravens away? Oh, well, he can't walk as well right now as we thought he would. He got off crutches 2 weeks ago. He never missed a game last year, except for when the doc said it's too much. He's been dealing with this injury. He plays. He's a real football player. A little bit of pain does nothing for him. He goes out, and even for a Las Vegas Raider team, puts it on the line every single Sunday, regardless of the record, regardless of how the team looks. He goes and does his job. But some bozo doctor in the Ravens and the Ravens organization decided, you know what? We can get Hendrickson. We can get Hendrickson for $15, $20 million a year cheaper. Let's make up an excuse to get out of this trade. Then we keep our first. We keep all of our first round picks. We can deal with the cap space. It doesn't hurt us as much. Our fans will still be happy. Let's make up an excuse for this. The NFLPA is going to be all over this. Do not think the ripple effect of this potentially has a little bit in free agency. Not much. The ripple effect for this is the NFLPA going, all right, time to have a physical form. Time to have a long form physical for each one of these teams to go down. Each one of these teams to actually go through, and if you're going to say it's a failed physical, it better be something that's on that long form. He better not be able to do something. You can't make junk up because the Ravens just made a complete lie about Max Crosby to get out of something because they had buyer's remorse, which is fine. Nothing's official until 4 o'clock today. Guess what? You could just cancel the trade. But it doesn't look good to back out on an agreed trade. It's never good to back out on a handshake agreement, right? So make up an excuse of why that handshake agreement can't work now. I don't like it at all. I think it is dirty. It is undermining to the league. The NFLPA is going to look at this. And Max Crosby, to his credit, is not going to come out because he's professional. He's going to wait until everything settles down, and then he will come out after his team, whether it's still the Raiders. I think he's still going to get traded. I don't think there's a question about that, okay? The Ravens may be waiting until 4 o'clock anyway. Our Raiders could be waiting until 4 o'clock to trade him. They've got 7 teams that are interested. Are they going to get the 2 first-round picks for him now? I don't know. But I do know there's 7 teams that have reached out with legitimate offers for Crosby. If it's not what the Raiders want, I still think they move. I still think they trade him. You were already planning on it. Just do it. Just do it. But whenever the dust settles and he finds out, where he's going to play next year and he's into his new team, then you're going to have Max Crosby come out. Then you're going to find out what the Ravens did. That's when the NFLPA is then going to step in and go, all right, you guys can do whatever you want, but the players have to be able to have a level set physical that they have to pass. No more of this, could be here, could be this, could be here. Can't be like this. Nope. The physical is set across the board. If they pass this physical, the trade has to go through. Period. If it's not anything wrong on that form, the trade has to go through. And that is how you get accountability. The Ravens have buyer's remorse. They create an excuse to back out. The ripple effect, I don't think, is going to be bad in the league. It's only $30 million that the Raiders are still, in a sense, of absorbing. You get all these numbers. Everybody's like, I don't know if they can do that after spending $300 million on day one of free agency. Yeah, buffoons. It's $300 million over the next 3-4 years. They already had $111 million open. And they traded Geno. Opened up another $18 million a year. Come on. Give me a break. They have the money to keep Crosby. Honestly, if Crosby were to end up staying, Big J asked me this last night. He goes, well, how would that relationship work? I go, the same it has. He goes, what do you mean? I said, Crosby's a Raider. He understands business. And they did him right. They traded him to a Super Bowl contending team. They didn't trade him to the Jets. They didn't trade him to the Saints. They traded him to the Ravens. They did right by Max Crosby, trading him to a team that was going to be fighting for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. They did 100% right by Max Crosby. There's no issue with the relationship. You guys tried to trade me to a Super Bowl contending organization. How can I be upset? And especially after that organization is the reason that it didn't work. Not your team. The Ravens are why he's not on the Ravens, not the Raiders. I don't think there's anything wrong with the relationship. Crosby is a professional. If he ends up staying there in Las Vegas, could he have to rework the deal a little bit potentially? Yeah. Will he? I think so. But I do think he still will get traded. They got 7 teams calling him. You might as well get the draft picks for him. You might as well play it and be like, listen, any of you other bozos decide that you're going to deny this because of a physical. The problem is the Raiders cannot challenge physical findings. They can't. So I wish they could. I really do. I wish they could. Now, let's go to another move. This one I hate. I hate this one. Daniel Jones, 2-year, $88 million contract. The deal is worth up to $100 million. Daniel Jones gets $50 million fully guaranteed at signing at 4 o'clock today. He gets $60 million guaranteed with injury. Really? The guy's already injured. They're lying through their teeth. They're saying that, he'll be ready for camp, and we fully expect him ready to be able to come and be ready for the start of training camp. Really, in football? Really? Guys, he went out freaking week 10. He's not coming back for training camp. He went out week 10. It's not going to happen. And right now, the Colts have a huge hole at right tackle because Braden Smith is now with the Houston Texans. So if you're going to blitz the Colts, go straight at the right side because the right guard, not great. Right tackle, even worse. So just right side, just overload, blitz. Don't worry. Jonathan Taylor can't run against good teams. Jonathan Taylor is not a top 5 back in the NFL. Probably top 10. And I know there's Colts fans that would be really frustrated by that, saying the reality is, look at the numbers. Against good teams, he sucks. He is not Bijan Robinson. He is not Jahmyr Gibbs. He is not Christian McCaffrey. He doesn't have the same twitch out in the open field. You can tell the foot injuries have piled up. He doesn't have the same shiftiness on those feet. I am not re-signing Jonathan Taylor next year. I'm not giving him a $13, $15 million a year contract extension next year. No way. No way. And now that we just gave a quarterback who's injured, who I fully believe, I have said this and I will continue saying this, he won't play the first 6 games of the year. He's not going to play the first 6 games. We're going to be 0-6 by the time Daniel Jones even plays. We're going to pay $50 million a year for an injured quarterback. $50 million. Naturally 44, but $50 million guaranteed. So, yeah. I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other news that has gone on. Let's see what's happened. All right, Cade York is going to the New York Jets. He wasn't in the NFL last year. He is only a 73% kicker. Yep, that sounds like a New York Jets move. Jets are also re-signing Max Mitchell to a 1-year deal. Let's see, long snapper Chris Stoll. There we go. The Ravens did end up reworking Lamar Jackson's deal. Hendrickson deal, blah, blah, blah. I hate that. Why have the Ravens landed on Hendrickson after the Crosby failed trade? It's failed by their own doing. Sometimes I can't stand this. The NFL and ESPN being in bed together just means you don't ever get any actual real opinions or analysis on anything. Drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely nuts. All right, Willie Gay Jr. is going back to the Dolphins on a one-year deal. Brandon Ayuk will be released sometime today or tomorrow. Evidently, the Commanders are going to be the top suitor to be able to get him. 2026 dead cap number is $13.3 million. And in 2027, it's going to be about $16.5 million dead cap. So they are expected to release Brandon Ayuk, and he is expected to be signed. KJ Britt, the former Dolphin linebacker, is signing with the Patriots. Patriots are making moves. Good gosh. They are making moves. All right, the Bills restructured Josh Allen's contract, create $12 million in cap space. Bam Knight is going back to the Cardinals on a one-year deal. So now they got Bam Knight, James Conner on a $2 million deal, and they signed Tyler Allgeier. Okay. The Titans brought back Joey Sly. He gets a one-year deal. He was 28 of 35 last year, but he had a lot of long kicks. So the deal for Hendrickson is a 4-year deal. $112 million, up to $120 million with the incentives that are there. $60 million is fully guaranteed with a $20 million signing bonus. The Panthers restructured Derek Brown's contract. J.C. Horn potentially is going to get restructured as well. They cleared $13.5 million in cap space by restructuring his deal. Clavion Chason is going to the Commanders on a one-year, $12 million deal. The Dolphins restructured Austin Jackson's contract, 1 year, $7 million. It does save them $8.5 million, and it does get them cap compliant ahead of today's 4 o'clock deadline. All right. There's that. No big deal. Tavier Thomas is back with the Vikings, 2 years, $4.6 million. The Lions restructured Goff's contract. $40 million of his base salary is a signing bonus, and they added a void year. So they're going to pay for him an extra year. That's what that means, to clear $32 million in cap space for this season. Yeah. That one's already done. That one's done. So Wyatt Teller, Joel Petonio, Dylan Parham, none of them are expected to be signed by the Giants. I was one that thought they would. I did. Evidently, they're not willing to play mid-tier. They're not willing to pay mid-tier offensive linemen. Why? I don't know. Darnell Savage is signing a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trey Pipkins, the versatile offensive lineman, backup offensive lineman for the Chargers, 2-year, $10 million deal, up to $12 million with the incentives that are there. Sam Howell is going to the Cowboys on a one-year deal. The Titans signed former Texans punter Tommy Townsend to a 2-year deal worth up to $6 million. So their stuff is now set. Joey Sly is the kicker. Townsend is the punter. Logan Hall and the Texans agreed to a 2-year deal. He was with the Buccaneers last year. Let's see here. Grant Calcaterra headed back to the Eagles on a new deal. Still waiting to see what happens with Goddard. Patrick Ricard is going to the Giants, following John Harbaugh, another Raven, going over to the New York Football Giants. Patrick Ricard going over there with them. Cam Hayward agreed to a 1-year contract extension, total value $32.2 million with $16 million fully guaranteed. Jordan Elliott signed a 2-year deal with the Tennessee Titans worth up to $8.5 million, reunites him with Robert Saleh. Stone Forsythe is going to sign with the Carolina Panthers. That's what they're hoping anyway, as long as nobody else comes in and gets in their way. All right, let's see here. Leo Chanel is getting a 3-year deal from the Commanders. Luke Fortner gets a 1-year deal. He was with the Jaguars last night. He's heading to Carolina. Teddy Bridgewater is heading back to the Lions as the backup quarterback. Rock Ya-Sin is staying with the Lions on a 1-year, $4 million deal. And Caden Ellis is staying with the Saints, 3-year, $33 million deal. And the Texans traded for Kai Kroger yesterday, the punter from the Saints. Really weird. They swapped 6th and 7th rounders in 2028. Not sure Pat McAfee's going to be really happy about that one. You know what I mean? Come on. We're talking 3 rookie drafts from now is where these draft picks are. The value of punters is really low when it comes to draft picks. He's probably not happy. But obviously there was something. They watched, last year Kroger had a pretty good year. Kai had a pretty good year. They have Kaimi Fairburn as their kicker, so they're going to go get another Kai to be the punter. Makes sense. It makes sense. The Giants signed Jason Sanders. I like this one. Signed Jason Sanders to be their kicker yesterday for the New York Football Giants. I like that move. I really, really do. Elgin Jenkins is signing with the Browns, the former Green Bay Packers guard. 2-year deal for $24 million. All right. And that is it for now. So as of right now, we still have a bunch of stuff. Let's see here. Let's go down. We're going to go down and we're going to do, according to ESP, Don't Tell the Right News, N, we're going to run down here and see who they still have as their top ranked free agents available that are still unsigned. So number 1 on the top of the list, and I've said this, Rasheed Walker, I know there's injury concerns. I know there's a couple concerns with him. I'm shocked that he has not signed yet. I'm shocked. He should already have a football team. Rasheed Walker, the offensive tackle for the Packers, he's only 26. He is still currently a free agent. Then you go down and you've got, let's see here, most of these top 100 guys are signed. He signed with the Panthers. Kyler Murray. That is true. Murray still. So Murray's not going to be released till 4 o'clock today. But nobody ended up making a trade for him the way the Jets made the trade for Geno. That one's interesting. We got to watch for that one because at 4 o'clock today, he will officially be released. So in an hour and 45 minutes. Let's see here. Good. Chason just signed. Jawan Jennings is still open. That one slightly surprises me. Jawan Jennings still there. He'll be 29 heading into this season. Sumalu, the former Arizona guard, did end up signing with the Arizona Cardinals. So he's off the board. Zion Johnson's already off the board. David Edwards got signed. Taylor Decker is still a free agent. Taylor Decker had an 89.3% pass block rate win percentage. There's a lot of left tackles that have a lot lower than that. Just gonna point that out. So Taylor Decker is still a free agent. Stephon Diggs is still a free agent. Joey Bosa is still a free agent. Chiga Conqueror, the former Tennessee Titan tight end, is a free agent. Joel Bitonio is a free agent now. He's older. He's a bridge. I understand that. But he's an amazing guard. I mean, the Colts should sign him now to put him at right guard. Put him at right guard. Be happy. You're good. Move on. Let's see. Jaquan Brisker is still a free agent. He got signed. Anzalone got signed. Kwity Paye got signed. Kevin Byard is still a free agent. That's a big safety one. He's 33, but he's still a veteran. Because Jalen Thompson signed with the Cowboys. Deebo Samuel's a free agent still. Nick Cross is still a free agent. Bradley Chubb is still a free agent. Dallas Goedert, like I had already mentioned, is a free agent. Cam Robinson, Chris Paul, both of them free agents. Let's see. David Njoku is a free agent. He's only 30. That one's a little bit interesting. He's only 30 years old. AJ Epinesa is a free agent. Drake Greenlaw is now a free agent. Wyatt Teller is a free agent still. Kobe Durant, the former Rams corner, is a free agent. And, yep, that's about it. Oh, yeah, Rachaad White is still a free agent too. I like him as a running back option. I really do. So we'll see how that goes. All right, 40 minutes. Keeping things simple this week, guys. The podcast may drop from an hour to 40 to 45 minutes. It'll just be a daily thing. Makes it a little bit easier on me, depending on stuff. Last night, the weather was... Those storms were brutal. I was driving in them. Truck was trying to fly. Felt like I was going to become the Wicked Witch of the West in a semi-truck. So, I know the storms were bad. Hopefully all of you are safe. Everybody made it through last night okay. It's raining now. Just consistently raining now. So, but don't let the rain on your day. Make it the best day that you can. Make it the best midweek day that you possibly can. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Let's look at the NBA schedule tonight as we get the heck out of here. So we got Cleveland at Orlando, big game there. We got Houston at Denver on ESPN, big game there. And then the Timberwolves at the Clippers on the second night of a back-to-back for the T-Wolves after they just lost to the Lakers. The Hornets are at the Kings, the Raptors are at the Pelicans, and the Knicks are at the Jazz. The Knicks have not done good on this West Coast trip. Hopefully they can find out how to win tonight against the Jazz. If they don't, that'll be a losing streak where they can't afford it. They just can't afford it. But nonetheless, guys, that's it for me on this beautiful Wednesday, 4 o'clock, little over an hour and a half away. I'm sure things will go official, and we'll have more news to talk about tomorrow. As always, I deeply appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the podcast with a friend, and I will see you next time. For Sports Talk with Hawk, I am Hawk, and I'm out. Have a great day.